Hello farmers, and welcome back to the hills of Tuscany, middle of December, and I think it's time we just move on to February. Yeah, let's move on right on to February. Of course, we got to get to January 1st as well. Just checking out a few things. I was checking on the sheep. First of all, want to make sure they got enough feed for the winter. They're using about 1,000 liters of hay per month, and they got 20,000 liters in there, so they should be fine. The grain mill, we do have some sorghum that should go to the grain mill in January, but since the sorghum that we got is only worth about 5,000, I don't think it's that big of a deal, and I'll probably hold on to it just in case in the future we decide to change our minds. I don't think about getting chickens, but maybe we'll get the grain mill or something, who knows. And then, of course, we can produce sorghum into some flour. If I had about $100,000 worth of grain to sell, maybe I would do something with it. But we'll hold on to that for now. As for the factories, they're going to be running just fine, I do believe. Our greenhouses are currently on standstill. They are short on fertilizer, I do believe. I did activate Omatana's open air garden, which will allow me to put down the production that can put in this material here. So basically it's nothing more than a holding tank that holds water, seed, solid fertilizer, and I think manure as well. And it'll distribute it to whatever other productions you have, like greenhouses. We're going to hold off on the greenhouses for now. And I still don't know if I want to put up the wind turbine to get us $30,000 a month-ish, somewhere in there, or buy all the greenhouses and just activate everything there. If I buy all the greenhouses, we'll probably put down the Omatana production to distribute everything to the greenhouses, because those greenhouses seem to be going through the product really quickly. And yeah, I don't want to be over there like every day or every month taking care of that. Another thing we need to be doing on the farm, I found out, I went to park the plow somewhere, and it will not even fit into the big shed. The shed is tall enough, but it's not wide enough. So we're going to need a wider open shed, which also be kind of good for maybe some of this equipment. I think the root crop harvester could stay up here, but like parking the combine and the header that way isn't the worst thing. We got the room. So, but anyways, let's stop jibber jabbering and get on to the month of February. And why are we stopping in February? Well, I think we're going to be planting some cotton, which we can do in February. So let's go ahead and let's hit the snooze button, shall we? So we'll go right on to January. Yep, snow in the forecast. It never sticks for me. It's not going to accumulate. It's like once every 10 years that I play that the snow will actually stick and accumulate. We will check on just a few things just to make sure. Yeah, let me just double check on the sheep. But as I said, they should be more than fine. And that's not even 1,000 liters per month. And yeah, we still got plenty left over there. Production, strawberries, we know that's on a standstill. Sugar beet is going, making sugar. Are we out of honey? That went through the honey rather quickly. It's like the sugar production or the candy factory goes through it pretty quickly. And looks like we're catching up on some of the sugar in there, which is good. And everything else, we're still making actually. Okay, we're making a lot of canned goods. Yeah, I'm also not going to sell the canned goods and the soup as well, which was a decent price. We're going to actually wait until March when our stock market page says that's the best time to sell it. But we haven't been here a year yet, so maybe these prices will fluctuate and we'll find out. But you can see it says March over here, even though right now the price is at its best. Yep, not going to check the store page because we're not going to buy anything used. We're buying everything new here. So let's move right on to the month of February, where we're going to spend some money, buy some more land today, because I got a field picked out where I want to go ahead and plant our cotton in. But we don't have a drill, and we're going to be buying a tractor today as well. So that $800,000 in cash that we got, we're going to be spending that here pretty darn soon. Yeah, that loan interest is getting to be a kind of a killer, isn't it? Yeah, maybe I will put down that wind turbine until I can figure out exactly what I want to do. But where would I put it? I don't know. I don't want to be an eyesore where we currently are. But I'll wait another little while before we put that down. Anyways, let's go in and buy that planter, shall we, that I showed you last episode. Multi-fruit planter, which will do the veggies as well. We're going to get they're both unrealistic in a sense, but we're going to get the normal planter, if you will. So this will allow us to do the veggies and all the crop like the other planter did. but it does the veggies. If you want the unrealistic one, it'll do potatoes, which would be nice for us to do as well, because we are going to get to potatoes at some point. And yeah, it does all that. But I did not like, I would have gotten this one. The working speed just killed me at 30 miles an hour. That's a little bit too much for me. Let me go into here. All right, let's make sure that we get the fertilizer tanker on there. Liquid fertilizer, that is. Wheel brand, does it really matter? I always go with Michelin for the most part, or BKTs, but we'll go with that. Brand name, we're going to stick with Kenzie, but you can change it to different brands if you want, but we're going to stick with the Kenzie. And of course, we could change color, but since this is the color of Kenzie, we'll go ahead and keep it like that. Beacons, yeah, we'll get a beacon. Warning markers. Well, we're not in the U.S. We're in the EU, so we'll get the EU markers. Rear light standard. Not much of a difference there, so that's fine. And yeah, I think we're good. So 172.70. Let's go ahead and buy that. All right, we got ourselves a planter. Now, the New Holland T8 was kind of struggling with the other one, the other planter. This planter here requires like 60 less horsepower, but I've kind of already made up my mind. We're going to get ourselves another tractor. Having two big tractors on the farm would be kind of nice as well. And I talked about the Challengers. Let's go on down here. Now, the question is, what Challenger do I want to get? The Anaconda Challenger, I was wondering what the difference was. The only difference is this has an Anaconda paint job, which would be very interesting to have on the farm. So that's why we're going to go ahead and buy it. Instead of just having the yellow Challenger, you know, we're attacking this this farm here. So we got ourselves an Anaconda. Engine setup 536. We'll keep it with that for now. I could always boost it up to a 646. But let's keep it at the base engine for now. If we need more horsepower, it's there. Wheel brand, yeah. Let's go to, am I going to get the Michelin? Is there Michelins on these? Yes, they are. Do I want duals or do I just want wheel weights? Is there wide tires and wheel weights? I don't think so. I think there's just wheel weights. Standard, wheel weights, triples. So there's no doubles on this. So it goes from like singles to triples. Kind of interesting. We'll go with just the wheel weights. Tinted windows. Yeah, you know. Yeah. Okay, there's only one option for that. Not multiple. That's fine. Beacons. Yeah, we'll throw a beacon on there, of course. Appearance of beacons. I think we'll go with the more narrow one, so it looks more perfect. GPS, we don't need. Front weight, let's go ahead and put some good weight on the front. So going uphill, that'll get us more traction on the front, which is what we've been having some issues with. 430,950 for this tractor right here. I may actually have to borrow some. No, we got 240 left. Okay, so I think we're good. Where we're headed over to is actually field number 17. We don't own that yet. Appears to be, wait, let me just double check on this. I did not check. Okay, yeah, I did check on it. Doesn't need to be plowed. No fertilizer. Doesn't need lime. It's ready to go. Rolling and mulching, we got that turned off, so we're good. Yeah, so field number 17 is where we're going to be putting the cotton in. And let's go ahead and buy that for, what is it, $139,880. Boom. That $7 million loan is going on down. Pretty much down to nothing. Let's see here. Where's the shop here? Let's jump into our tractor. So a nice, beautiful Anaconda Challenger tractor. I don't have a seed hut down here, so I'm gonna have to go back to the farm before I can do any work. I think what we'll do, the store is going to be nice of us to put down one of these. Is it under containers? Yes, it is. The store is going to be nice enough for us to put down one of these. And actually, let me scroll in here. That way it's kind of out of the way. All right. Okay, so there's liquid fertilizer. Probably got to drive out of the zone. Trying to get the seed to go in. There we go. We're all good. We are all good. Now, let me just try to work my way out of here. Nice little gate over here. Down to 88,000. Oh boy, it's gonna get rough. I still gotta buy. Still gotta buy the cotton harvester, which that's gonna cost $1 million. But now we can do vegetables. Now, as I mentioned in the previous episode about this planter, I did a little testing with it. Ridging is not going to work with this planter. And my steering wheel settings are all off. Let me reset the steering wheel, see if that does it. So, yeah, I did a little testing because I was kind of curious. Ridging and then planting vegetables usually gives you a stage of fertilization. With this modded planter, it will not. So we're not going to be doing any ridging. We're just going to go ahead and plant. And we got fertilizer in here, so it'll give us the first stage, and we'll have to go in for the second stage. Let me switch this over to cotton before I forget. Although we won't be able to plant anything but cotton. Probably should have my beacon on. There we go. Of course, we got beacons on the trailer as well. Planter. Got to get used to how this tractor drives, being articulated in the center. It turns really, really quick. All right, is this the field here? Yes, this is the field right here that we own. Let's go ahead and unfold our planter. Yeah, this is a pretty decent sized field for cotton. And of course, we do own a clothes shop where we can put the wool for the sheep in and also the cotton. And there's a special recipe in there where we can make more fabric if we mix the cotton along with the wool. So we'll get more out of it that way. I am just driving everywhere with this thing. Go ahead and put it down. Turn this on. And we are planting at a very fast speed, I might add, as well. 14 miles an hour is still pretty darn quick. I think the other one we had was like 9 or 11. So this is going to get the job done a lot quicker than I thought it would. We're going to have to buy more fields as well, I think. Maybe one more field. I do want to plant potatoes this year. And I'm going to have to get a special planter for that. We do want to make some potato chips this upcoming season. We got the canola. We just got to go ahead and make the oil and then put the potatoes in there, and voila, we can sell some potato chips. Some crisps. I'm thinking the New Holland would have no problem with his drill. Sorry, planter. I guess I'll have to call it a planter now because we're doing cotton. But if I'm doing other crop, maybe I'll call it a drill. But overall, it's classified as a planter. And almost like that. Am I going to get this field done in 3 passes? Pretty much. Yeah, I may have to find a place to put down the wind turbine because having that loan, and it's going to go up even more. I think at this point I may as well just borrow the 10 million that I can borrow and be done with it. We're at 7. I'm going to need $750,000 to put down just the wind turbine. And then I'm going to need $1 million later on in the year for the cotton harvester. But no sense of borrowing that $1 million until I need it. And the BGA is $1 million as well. Well, that was extremely quick and easy. The cotton is in. Alright, let's fold that up. Alright, let's get this down to the farm. Or is it up to the farm? Might be up to the farm. And I think we need to be putting down a different shed down by production lane for the bigger stuff. This would actually go up at the farm. I think this will go in that shed next to the root crop harvester. But the plow, as we saw, will not fit in there. I probably could if I lined up just perfect and get it in there, but I'm afraid even at that, it may not come back out. It's one of those things where you see someone with like a, I don't know, when they stick their head between a stair railing and they get it stuck in there, it's like, how'd you get your head in there? Now you can't get it out? I feel that would be the same way with the plow. If I get in that shed, it may go in, but it may not come out. Oh yeah, and someone did mention I probably should cut down a couple of those trees by the candy shop. That way we can sell our material a little bit better. Actually, I think, am I going to put this up at the main farm? Yeah, let's go ahead and put this up at the main farm. I got to find my way around. No, the road is actually over here. Let's not go into our wheat crop. Is that wheat or barley? Kind of forgot now. It's wheat. Now, we really don't need the wheat, but we do want the straw for the cows in the future. This field here needs some lime into it, so we'll probably grab the Lamborghini and we'll grab our spreader and we'll start putting down some lime in that field and get that all set. I could actually just put the potatoes in this field here, and that'll give us plenty of potatoes for a while, I would think. Let's snake our way through here. Get it? Snake, anaconda, challenger. Yeah, here we are. And let me move the plow and we'll stick the planter in there. We'll have to bring this down to production lane and stick the plow in a shed down there. Probably use one of the base game sheds. I was trying to find out if there was an Italian shed that we had to download for this map or one for the Hills of Tuscany, and I mean, we got this shed here that we put down. That is part of the Hills of Tuscany map. But as for a shed where the beams in the front are not so close to one another, yeah, that's not going to happen. So trying to get used to the turning radius on this tractor, and I just haven't got it down yet. Now see, this is good and all, it fits in there, but I'm thinking when I bring the combine in there with the header, yeah, that's not going to work in the future. I got to find a way to park that header some way, somewhere, to where I don't have to do a 3-point turnaround inside the shed to get it to work. Alright, Mr. T8, bring the plow back on down here. Or I could just park the plow inside there. I think that's the workshop, technically. Alright, for now I think I'll just park the plow into there. I mean, that'll fit. Yep, that'll work just fine. Probably forget it's there, but that's where it's going for now. Alright, Lamborghini. Where's... Oh yeah, I forgot about all the... Wow, we own a lot of equipment already. Where's my Lamborghini? There's my Lamborghini. Alright, we want the bridle spreader. So we can throw down some lime. Oh, it's already full of lime. Must be I topped it off before I put it away. Oh, another thing I did try on the test map. I always got a test map for the map I'm playing on. I did activate the realistic grazing mod. Now, I got it to work for the cow pen. The cows took the grass out of the field, but I could not get the sheep pen to take the grass out of the field. And yes, I did put down the meadow grass. That's the only way I got it for the cows to work. But I couldn't get it to work for the sheep pen. The sheep would not take the meadow grass out of there into the feed trough. So I'm not really sure why that didn't work. I was just trying to help out, you know, if I want to go through the winter months, like we're doing, I wouldn't have to go and, you know, top off the sheep as much. But it looks like we're going to be fine on the sheep on that sense. Well, let me just make sure. This does say it needs lime. Yes, it does. Now, I was thinking about putting canola in this field. Because we do, like I said, we want to make potato chips and we need oil. But I can put potatoes in this field as well. We should get a bonus from the bees that we got on the side over there. Sunflowers, canola, and potatoes. The yield will go up if you got bees next to it. Within a certain range. Ah, the hills of Tuscany. Challenging our tractors to pull the implements up the hill. We do have a decent-sized canola field over there. I just feel if I put potatoes in this field, it's going to be too much. So maybe I want to stick with canola in this field and we'll buy another field for the taters. Maybe we can find a somewhat smaller field. There's a good amount to choose from around here. Although I don't want to go too far from the main farm. Alright, not really going through the lime as much, which is good. Trying to remember how to farm without precision farming. Just making sure everything is good to go. So once I get this job done, I think we're pretty much all set for February as well. So we can move on to the next month. Not much to do. All of our fields are taken care of. But maybe I should have a look at the fields and check which one would be for the potatoes. Because if I find a nice field, it may need lime. It could need to be plowed. It might need some work done into it. So getting it done in February before we really need to plant the potatoes, which I don't think would be until April. Been a while since we've done potatoes, but we did a whole bunch of it on hinterland because we did that potato production. Spin around here. And maybe we'll go back over to the greenhouses and get the strawberries back up and running. Kind of glad that the production of the candy is still going. we'll check on our factories in just a moment before we move on to April. March comes next, not April. Yeah, make sure everything is still running and nothing is backlogged by having too much product into it. And we better check on the honey spawn point. I'm pretty sure the bees will not make any honey in December, January, and February. Unless they change that. Because I could bring the honey over to the candy factory. I think my calculation might be pretty close when I said for this map here, if you're looking at an implement and if you got a tractor powerful enough to use it, you may want to take the horsepower that it requires and add about 30% to it. The hills here can just, I don't want to say kill you for the most part, but pretty darn close. Oh, through all that lime dust, I thought I was near the end, but we are not. No problem. And the good news is, well, I still got lime left. I have to go back to the farm and top off. But we will top it off before I put it away. Or before I put it away. Yeah, so I think I'm going to put canola in this field because I think I'm going to need a good amount of oil. What's that recipe for the chips? Potato chips. So potato, 100 potatoes to 5 oil gives us 30 chips. So we know we're going to get a lot of potatoes, and the oil is not a great ratio, if I remember correctly. Canola, it's like 2 to 1. Yeah, 2 to 1. So we're going to need a lot of canola. So yeah, canola in this field I do believe. Let's go ahead and have a look around and see what we should be buying. So here's field number 17. I mean, 56 would be a decent field. I mean, we're already going to be over here. I wonder, and oh, there's looks like a road that comes down. What is this building here? Chocolate production. How much is field? It's already got fertilizer in it. My guess is there's a crop in that one. Or not. No crop in that one. So it's already got a stage of fertilization. So when I plant in it, that'll be the second stage. It doesn't need to be plowed. And it doesn't need to be limed. Probably can't buy it because we don't have the money yet. But we will here very shortly. Yeah. $7 million loan. Well, yeah, let's go ahead. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and make that $8 million for today. It's going to be back up. It's going to be up to 10. What was I thinking at the beginning of the series when I just borrowed like $2 million? It's like, oh, let's just hopefully not more than 5. Then we hit 5, 6, 7. And now today we're up to 8. And it's going to go up because I got to buy that cotton module harvester this upcoming season. And I'm not going to have enough money by selling all the products that we got to buy it outright. 8 million. There we go. Okay, let's go buy that land. Farmland. Boom. Buy. There we go. That does leave us some money. Yeah, I think because we're taking such a loss on the loan interest. Yeah, we're going to have to put down that wind turbine. And, you know, probably the best place for it, although I don't own the land, would be down by the BGA. Kind of out of our way. I mean, we are going to own this at some point. Well, question is, can we put this down? Let's see. Productions, generators. Oh, we can put it down even though we don't own the land. Interesting. Yeah, this is rather huge. So maybe putting it like in this corner here. Is that gonna... I don't want it to be clipping through the light. So, there we go. Now we will have some money coming in. Okay, I thought it was kind of facing the other way, but that's fine. It's not going to chop off that tree, is it? Nah, it's away from the tree. It's away from the tree. So, I mean, the game does say, I think it says 60,000 a month for that. But I don't think we were getting anywhere near that on Hinterland because we play on hard economy. So I think that price may be for normal. I think we were getting kind of close to those numbers there. Let me just remind myself. Farmland. Okay, that's buying the land. Where is the BGA at? Info trigger turned on. I thought this was $1 million. I'll find it somewhere at some point. Had the wrong markers turned on, so that will do it all the time. Yep. Buying, building bioplant, 1 million watt for $1 million. But that's okay, so we got that down. That's all that matters. So we got like a leasing contract with these people. We'll buy the land and buy the BGA at a later point. And of course, we already know that's where the material goes. All right, so hopefully that will offset our loan interest overnight. And I mean, if you may be thinking, well, you just spent $750,000. Yeah, I had to borrow a little bit more money, but that should offset it over time. And the sooner we get it, the sooner it'll pay for itself. Let's go back up to the farm itself. Actually, over to our production lane here. And we just want to check on a couple of things. Total mixed ration. We are up to 59,000 liters of TMR. Do I want to get the cows now? So we can get started on that? I mean, 59,000 liters of TMR. That is pretty darn good. Is that still producing or did it stop? TMR. Yeah, we ran out of silage. 59,000 liters. I say we get some cows. We'll be mowing the grass in like March, April. Probably April. So as long as we only get like 5 cows, we'll be fine. We're out of sugar, but the sugar is still going. Not for much longer, but it is going. And yeah, we got plenty of storing space for there. That's good. Still making those. Those are still running. So I think we're good. Just leaving this on, and we'll turn this off for now. Deactivate. And strawberries, we should go over there and get that. I say we go ahead and get ourselves the cows today so they can start producing milk. And by the time we get around to cutting the grass and start making some silage and then make some more TMR, the cows may be close to being at the reproducing stage. Ah, landed right on it. How about that? And of course, we're going to get adult cows right off. I always go with a Holstein most of the time. Female Holstein. You are what we're looking for. And we want 5 of you. And we're going to get a male. Don't really need to, but it's yeah. Bull, male Holstein. There we go. And we just want 1 of you. There we go. Holds 80. Yep, we're bringing your food up here in just a moment. I do believe the food's going to go in here. Wait, are you guys enclosed? Yeah, you are enclosed. And you can get in through here. The water goes here. And I think I can come in. Can I not come in through here? I cannot jump over that either. What the heck, man? There we go. I could have swore I had this gate open before. Maybe I gotta open up this? Oh, open up that, then it opens up that along with it. Gotcha. Alright, so we gotta bring some water and some TMR up for the cows. Well, the water tanker should have some water into it. Where did I put... That's our regular grain trailer. Where did I put our... Ah, it's down there. Yeah, I was like, where did I put the forage wagon? Over there. Okay, so the lime spreader we don't need anymore, so we're going to go ahead and put that away. Get it off the field and get it all set for planting season. Canola will be going in there. Yeah, I'm going to have to buy a pressure washer for the farm so I can clean out this material now and then. Got the seed. I probably should have brought the planter back up here and taken the seed fertilizer. I can take that and put that into the spreader itself. And we'll park the Lamborghini away. Ooh, we got some snow in the forecast. Alright, the T8 is just right here, so we'll grab that. Question is, do I want to grab... How much do I want to grab? I'm guessing they'll take it all. But if they don't, I won't have no place to put it. Let's jump over here, grab the forage wagon. Oh, so we did... Wait, we do got honey. Alright, so I did not think the bees made honey during the winter months, but I was wrong. Like I am most of the time, it appears. I'll just go right through the gate right here because it's open. Past the candy shop. Is this going to fit under? Hopefully we can clip through that. Looks like we can. Alright, keep that in mind that a small trailer would be better off. Unload's kind of slow. But we're just going to grab about 20,000 liters. That should be more than enough for the cows for the first few months. And then I can kind of guesstimate how much their feed trough will hold. Then we'll know for the future. I think this forage wagon will hold 53,000. We got time because that's a slow fill. 47,000. It's a nice forage wagon. I do like the size of it, and for the price, it's not too bad. Alright, I waited long enough. Getting impatient. Hopefully we won't clip on nothing on that. Nope, looks like we drove right on through. Ah, who closed the gate? Which way do these gates open? They open on the inward side. Turn too quick coming out. Back into the trailer, hit the gate, but it's good. It's all fine. Alright, let's go get the cows at some TMR. So we'll make a little bit of money from the cows with the milk. And of course, once the pen gets full and they have more offspring, we'll get the overflow sale of the animals and make a little bit of money on that as well. Which is going to be kind of important moving forward because, yeah, we're at an $8 million loan now. And between the cotton module harvester and the BGA, that's a $2 million eaten right up. And we still need some other stuff on the farm as well. The vineyard's got to be taken care of in the month of March. That's going to cost maybe a couple $100,000, somewhere in there. All right, that looks good. Let me just double check to see how are we doing here. Ooh, I'm glad oh, no, wrong one. I was like, wow, that's almost full. Yeah, they can take quite a bit amount of feed up here. Daily food, 8,000. Yikes. Well, when it worst comes to worst, like I said, we can always give them hay. We'll have plenty of hay, but 8,000 is quite a big number there. I'm not going to make that corner with this setup, so let's back out of here. Oh, and we also make some money from the cows with the slurry and the manure. When I finally bring it down to the BGA, once we, well, I can always bring it down to the small one, which we own. But eventually we'll have the big one, but maybe the small one will do everything just fine. But the bigger one we will need for the other material that we need to bring down. The big BGA, though, is not anything I'm rushing to get involved with. We'll get to it at some point. And once we do some baling with the straw off the wheat field, we'll give the cows some straw for bedding. And we'll get solid manure. For now, we're just going to get slurry. Water. Oh, wow. You guys, cows are demanding. Tight quarters here. Alright, so if I park and fill up, should be right there, or not. This well is a tricky one. There we go. Just gotta find the right spot for it. Alright, so we got a potato field picked out. We just planted a cotton field. We got our cows. That's getting a lot done throughout the winter months. Now I just got to give the cows tons and tons of water. What did I say? We had 50 some odd thousand liters and they need 8. So I can go almost go about 7 months currently with what we have for cows. 7 months. So we should be fine-ish on the TMR until the next grass cut. And then I'll have to figure out, is that grass field going to be enough for the cows and the sheep? We may have to get another smaller grass field somewhere to keep them happy. Right, let me come over here and see if I can find this trigger again. Yep, drive over the well. That always helps. Maybe the trigger is not where the icon normally would be. We'll get it all figured out at some point. All right, I'm going to let that fill up. And our last job for the day, I'm going to jump over to the greenhouses over here. And we need some fertilizer to put into the the greenhouses. So we can keep on making some strawberries. And we'll probably put some seed into it as well. So at this point, I think we're just going to stick with the greenhouses that we have, not buy all of them. Maybe later on, we can probably get a couple of these greenhouses if you want to see them being run. But I mean, our greenhouses will pretty much just be throwing material in there and just let it do its own thing. Alright, strawberries in this greenhouse are back up and running. Won't run for too long. I think they're going to be short on water in a little bit of time. Spin around, get this one, and we'll get one trailer of seed and see how much one greenhouse takes, if not all of it. Yeah, these greenhouses are going through the product pretty quick, which means they're pushing out the product pretty quick as well. All right, let's get some seed. Oh, there it was. Guessing it's going to take all of it. Yep. So let's get another full trailer. We'll put it into the other one. But now that we've kind of gotten a lot of the stuff that we need, hopefully throughout this spring and summer, by producing more material and get all the production buildings up and going, we'll slowly start selling some material to bring some money in, and eventually the spending will stop. As for production buildings, I don't think I'll be getting anything, but I mean, we do have that wheat field. I don't know, maybe the grain mill's not a bad purchase, since we do have some sorghum. But I'm not going to be growing, I don't think, cereal crop every year. We just need straw now and then, so maybe we'll see how many straw bales we get and how much the straw the cows require. But yeah, more friends here on the farm. They'll start producing some milk at some point, and also start reproducing as well. They're all kind of gathering in one little spot, going out to the feed trough. Yeah, but the realistic grazing mod, I got it to work for the cow barn by replacing this grass with meadow grass, but I couldn't get it to work with the sheep pen. So just keep you a heads up on that in case you're using that mod there. The one thing I don't know... Okay, so this is a slurry pit for sure. As for a manure pit, I don't know if there is one. And I jumped the gun on the piglets on American Falls, so I don't want to do the same here. Do we get stats for milk, straw? Okay, so it doesn't really say slurry and manure on here, so it may not actually have a spot for it to spawn. We'll figure it out as we go. Because if they don't have a spot, that's gotta be for the milk, maybe? I would assume that's for the milk. Yeah, if they don't have a spot for the manure to spawn, then I would have to put one down, and it don't really have the space to do that, really. But we won't know until we put the straw in anyway, so we'll figure it out then. But anyways, I think that's what we're gonna call it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in the hills of Tuscany. But until then, have a good one.